Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're still watching Cairo Local Time live on Nile TV International. And back to our main topic of the day, which is Egyptian-African relations. And we're glad to be joined live here at the studio by Mr. Karim Abdel Aziz. He's an economic expert who will shed more light on the role of Egypt in Africa and its strategic location, of course, and the role that it plays in the African continent. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
You are welcome, my dear.
Sir, of course, Egypt plays an important role in Africa due to its strategic location and position. It's the gate for the African trade with the European continent. As Egypt is playing this key and strategic role in Africa, what are the priorities in strengthening bilateral relations between Egypt and its African neighbors?
First of all, from the very beginning, Egypt is the gate of all African countries to the north.
Yes.
It also plays a strategic role in stabilizing the African relationship between countries and the whole world.
Yes.
In other words, Egypt is the balanced trade from Africa to the all North countries.
Mm-hmm.
The President Sisi delegate the Minister of Trade
Mm-hmm.
to engage more trade balance between Cairo and all the African countries.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we are continuing the process of connecting Egypt with Cape Town, Cairo with Cape Town, through the line of train. Mm-hmm. To facilitate the trade and commerce transportation.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the Egyptian country try to make more commerce exchange between Cairo and the African country.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, President Abdel el-Sisi, in his speech via video conference upon his participation in the 8th gathering of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, he asserted that the importance of cooperation to face, of course, the repercussions of COVID-19, and now also we should be prepared to face the repercussions of the Russia-Ukraine invasion, of course. What do you think can be done in order to face the negative impacts of these incidents?
First of all, we have to invest more in education, in fertilizing, in agriculture, in many parts that are located better in Africa, like Sudan. We have to increase the investing in agriculture there. Many Egyptian companies now are putting a lot of investing there in the field of agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
This is the plan for the increasing the commercial trade between Egypt and the African countries.
Mm-hmm. The President also asserted the importance of completing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. How do you see the significance of this agreement in facilitating trade among African states and between Egypt and other African states?
Egypt, as mentioned before, is the gate of Africa to the north. Mm-hmm. So to bring commodities from all African countries to Egypt without any further burden, it will ease the commercial trade, and it will increase the the trade between Cairo and the African country.
Mhm. Well, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi assumed the chairmanship of the 21st Summit of COMESA heads of state and government. Now, what's the importance of Egypt chairing the COMESA meetings?
According to the Egyptian location, to make the COMESA meeting here has a very important meaning to the whole world, not only to the African country, but to the whole world, that Egypt is the key country to enter Africa. Also, it gives us a strong position in solving any problem concerning the water in Ethiopia.
Yes, sir, how can Egypt maximize the benefit of cooperation, economic cooperation specifically with the African states?
Egypt can increase the economic cooperation by sending more people who can invest in Africa, by increasing the education committees that can bring African people to Egypt to be well educated, by sending messages that there is no any conflict between Egypt and all the African countries.
Mr. Karim Abdel Aziz, economic expert, many thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Night TV International.